If you have been aligned to spiritual path for years and years and still could not figure out the plain sight truth, could not figure out who you are, then probably you've been using the spiritual practice in the wrong way. You've been using the spiritual practice to, bypass the issues, the mental issue, the emotional issue, and the further subtle, the psychological issue. This can happen when we align with the spiritual practice, when we are not, mindful, when we miss the purpose of the spiritual practice. The reason to align with the spiritual practice is to overcome the mind. Isn't it? The mind that is creating so much stress, the mind that is creating so much fear in life. Because of the mind, we are struggling. And, overcoming the struggle was the main purpose. But somehow we have lost that primary goal of the spiritual practice because of the spiritual ideas and spiritual practices that are available in the world. These days, there are tons of spiritual practices, promising that, the practices will liberate you from your pain, mental pain, emotional pain. But when you are involved in those practices for years and years, it's so easy to numb yourself in that practice, to anchor yourself in that practice. And the reason to anchor yourself in those practices is because you see some result. Momentary result is seen. Momentary freedom is seen from those practices. Those practices, is helping you to forget your issues. Those practices is helping you to forget your fear. Put you in that bubble. And when you have seen, some result, it's so easy to repeat that practice again and again. This is the practice like you are in that hamster wheel. You're spinning, thinking you're going somewhere. But if you zoom out, if you step out of that hamster wheel, you see that you're going